Hi and welcome back to another endless tech video. In this video I will be reviewing the ultra-budget Mars Gaming MC-S1 gaming PC case. Keep on watching to find out more. So, this is the Mars MC-S1 gaming PC case. This is a really budget micro ATX case. This at the moment has been retailing for £30 or $38 on Amazon. However, I managed to pick it up for £23 or $29 from Amazon's warehouse, and when I saw this, I thought it was too cheap to pass up, so I had to take a look at it. So let's go around it and take a closer look. Okay, so let's start with a tour of the case. So first of all, this front panel, which is removable, sadly is solid and does not have mesh front, which will affect the airflow of the case. Nevertheless, there is still an option to put in two 120mm fans at the front. On the panel itself, you can see the ridges at the top and bottom. These are solid and do not provide any airflow. Also, on the front panel you see the ARGB LED light strip going straight down through the middle of the case, which is vibrant and stands out straight away. We will talk more about the LED lighting further on in the video. Besides that light strip, you have your front I/O ports, which include the power button, reset button, one USB 2.0 port, one USB 3.0 port and a headphone and microphone jack. This selection is decent considering the price you pay for the case. Moving round to the side, we have this full-sized acrylic panel, which has a black tint to it, so it will hide some of them ugly spots in the PC. The panel is just held with 4 thumb screws in each corner. On the back it is a bit different to your usual PC cases, so let's look at it from top to bottom. So right at the top we have the mount for an ATX power supply. This is normal with cheaper cases to have the PSU at the top. I don't know why. I don't like this myself, as it makes the power supply sag. It makes cable management a lot harder and overall just looks more ugly, but that's that. Beneath that we have the cutout for the I/O shield, and besides that there is room for an 80mm fan, which is included with the case. And lastly, going further down, we have the PCIe slots. Now these are the ones where you fold and snap them, and cannot reuse them, but for the price you are paying you could probably overlook that. Moving round to the back panel, nothing too special, it's plain and has a fair amount of room for cables. But the quality of metal used for it's really poor. So let's start stripping things down. The side panel is held on with 2 screws, open them and the panel should slide straight out. So, on the backside we've got a really nice big cutout for access from the rear to custom coolers and stuff like that. There are also a couple of cutouts and zip tie points for cable management, not a ton of them, but will certainly be helpful. And that's really it. There's not much to it at the back, no basement for the power supply, which means most cable will be showing at the front. Opening up the front panel, you can see the mounts for the two 120mm fans like I have mentioned before, and also all the I/O cables which will be seen in the side. Taking of the acrylic side panel and moving into the case, at the top we have the PSU mount. So obviously that would mean that you won't have the options to mount fans to the top of the case as it is solid. You can see at the rear there is an 80mm FRGB exhaust fan which is powered by Molex. This is the only fan that comes with the case, but for the price I think it is excellent that they include this with the case. Right at the bottom we have the mounts for the hard drive and SSD. This case has 2 SSD mounts and 1 hard drive mount. At the side you can see the standoffs, which either a micro ATX or mini ITX motherboard could be mounted to. Going underneath of the case, you can see all the mounting holes for your drives like we had mentioned previously. There are 4 very small metal feet on every corner. Sadly they don't have any rubber on them, so the case does slide around quite easily, and also any noise made resonates throughout the whole case. That gets me into my next point. The material which is used to make this case is a very flimsy metal and the quality is not the greatest. Any noise made echoes throughout the whole case. Also all the cutouts are very sharp, so be careful. The case also comes with all the screws needed to build a PC, so that's very nice. Powering up the case, you can see the 80mm FRGB fan at the rear spin to life. Sadly the front panel LED was not working. I'm not sure why. I plugged in the Molex, so I think it just came broken. At this point I was furious as I had recorded all the other shots and wrote the script to this video. And I really wanted to show you guys how the LED looks, but sadly can't. I honestly wish I could. But here is some footage I found of what the LED would somewhat look like. Okay, so my overall view on the case is, to stay away from it, and would rate it a 3/10. Main reasons being is, cable management is basically non-existent, material used to make the case is terrible, how tight and cramped everything feels, and there are better options out there for $5 to $10 more. Sorry I couldn't show you the RGB at the front, but nevertheless hopefully this video was insightful and helped you in some kind of way. Thank you for watching and I'll catch you in the next one.